I love COD campaigns. They've been the highlights of my second week of Novembers for over a decade now. People say they don't contain anything of value and they're just boring on-rail shooting galleries with the sole purpose of glorifying violence. And to that I say, hell yeah. I enjoy a good mental workout as much as the next guy, but sometimes I just want to turn my brain off and follow the guy with the follow sign over his head and have him tell me I'm doing a great job defending Taco Bell. Call of Duty started off as a World War II series, and all the World War II single-player campaigns were good. But the game that had the biggest impact was undoubtedly Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Back in 2007, there were only 3 games worth playing: COD 4, Mario Galaxy, and Halo Bullet Witch. If you want to go back and play the COD 4 campaign today, don't. You'll just realize that by modern standards, it's kind of bland, and your perfect nostalgic memories of the game will be ruined forever. And even if you haven't played it before, you've still played it before, in the form of a million other games that just copied it exactly. With the new Modern Warfare game setting out to rewrite history, literally, I thought it was worth looking back and seeing what the storyline of the original Modern Warfare series was. That, and also I just wanted to play Cliffhanger again. Our story begins in an SAS training compound. You control the rookie Soap McTavish as he tries to impress his new boss by getting the achievement for the training course.
What the hell kind of name is Soap, eh?
Are you just gonna ignore that guy's name is Gaz? At least mine's a real word. The first mission is to go on a boat and find a nuclear device that's addressed to Al-Assad. Who's Al-Assad, you ask? Well, he's the guy who's about to shoot you in the face. With help from his Russian buddy Zakayev, Al-Assad has staged a coup and taken over his country that is never named. So they won't use a real Middle Eastern country or even make up a fake name for one, but they will just straight up use Russia as the bad guys, because they're Russians, they're probably bad. Like most games set in modern times, the political situation in Russia is largely indecipherable. All you gotta know is that there's loyalist Russians who are the good guys because loyalty is good, and the Russian ultra-nationalists who are evil because they have ultra in their name. The USA hears that Al-Assad has a Desert Eagle even though he's not level 43 yet, so they send in their anti-hacker Marine force to invade his city. You play as a Marine and take over a TV station where it's revealed that Al-Assad was just blue screening the deagle into his hand the whole time. But why would he want the US to invade his city? The answer is don't worry about it and just keep shooting dudes while Captain Price and company continue their little Russian escapade. Soap and Price save Nikolai, a good guy and even better pilot. But the ultra-nationalists aren't too happy about that and send in about 6,000 guys to attack. Captain Price calls in air support, and the world is introduced to its first ever AC-130 gunship mission, a cancer that has plagued gaming ever since. The American forces are riding in helicopters and shooting high-caliber grenade rounds, and rock and roll is playing in the background, and it's so awesome and so cool, and then this happens. A nuclear detonation wipes out the entire city, and you have to play as your guy as he crawls around and slowly dies. There's nothing gamers online hate more than political commentary, and yet here's this, in the middle of Call of Duty of all things. In the game, the US launches an invasion based on bad information, and everybody involved suffers disastrous consequences. It doesn't exactly take a high school English teacher to read between the lines on that one. Price and Soap find Al-Assad, but learn that the nuke was actually Zakayev's, and that he has a lot more where that came from. A long time ago, when Price was a wee lad, he went on a mission to assassinate Zakayev in Pripyat. It's a cool setting for a level, even if all you do is follow a guy around for 10 minutes, and it culminates in Price blowing off Zakayev's arm with a sniper rifle. If only he would have aimed at that Jeep instead. Price and Soap find Zakayev's son, but he kills himself, which makes Zakayev so gosh darn mad that he takes over a nuclear launch facility and is gonna destroy the world. The nukes are already in the air. Truly, this is the end of civilization as we know it. We are all doomed. Oh, never mind. They're disarmed. All the nukes in Russia are controlled by like a 8-letter password. It's probably like okay, not even good. You know who else is disarmed? Zakayev. Get it? Because he only has one arm? Oh man, he did not like that joke. I guess you could say he's losing his mind over my disarming wit. Soap. Yeah, Bryce? Shut up. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, also known as the Cliffhanger one, is a very different game. The story gives up trying to make sense almost immediately, and the game becomes a loosely connected series of action movie set pieces. It's been 5 years since Price and Soap saved the world, and in that time Zakayev has become a martyr, as evidenced by his head being very poorly photoshopped onto the statue. You start off as Private Allen, going through some training exercises with your good pals Sergeant Foley and Corporal Dunn. Fun fact, back in the Modern Warfare 2 days, my clan tag was Dunn, named after Corporal Dunn, of course, and I made a theme song for it in GarageBand with my iPhone 4, so here's that.
Gun Clan, keeping it fresh. Gun Clan, doing our best. We ain't very good, we don't care.
You got an enemy helicopter loaded for bear.
Gun Clan.
Private Allen shoots up a school, and General Shepard is so impressed that he invites him to join Task Force 141, a hardcore group of the most elitist soldiers in the world. To demonstrate just how cool they are, Soap and Gary Roach Sanderson infiltrate some random airbase on top of a mountain. Even after playing this mission and watching the intro cutscene literally like 20 minutes ago, I still have no idea how it's relevant to the story, but it's still the greatest Call of Duty mission of all time because you get to drive a snowmobile with a G18, so I don't really care. And now we come to No Russian, the famous level where Private Allen and Makarov massacre an entire airport terminal. After the nuke scene, I guess they wanted to one-up themselves by making the most shocking and tasteless level possible, but if they were going for shock value, maybe they shouldn't have made it so fun to play. I mean, I played No Russian when I was 8 years old, and now I'm a terrorist.
You bring a game into a house, nothing to stop an 8-year-old kid from becoming a terrorist and shooting people.
That's right.
Makarov kills Private Allen, which makes the Russians think America did No Russian, even though they have security footage of known Russian terrorist Makarov doing it. The Russian army then launches a sneak attack on the entire United States, just the whole country, sneak attack, never saw them coming. As somebody who's lived in the American suburbs his entire life, these levels really hit home and let me live out the American dream of red dawning my way through my hometown. Burger King may be trash garbage, but I'll die before I see an invader's flag raised over its grease-stained parking lot. While Ramirez is busy doing everything, TF-141 is shooting up favelas, oil rigs, and Russian gulags in their search for Captain Price, cause he's the only man who can stop Makarov. Price immediately takes control of the task force and says they need to nuke America, but not actually nuke it, just blow the nuke up in midair, then that way it's like a EMP somehow and it'll defeat the Russians, and everyone just kind of shrugs their shoulders and goes along with it. I guess nobody thought to ask the astronauts what they think of the plan. After the nuke goes off, Ramirez and his squad fight their way to the top of the White House, which is such a cool visual. The US declares victory then and there. But Makarov is still at large, so TF-141 assaults a nice house, which ends up having Makarov's laptop, so they slowly download all his embarrassing personal blog posts, which include evidence that Shepard planted Private Allen with Makarov and therefore could have stopped No Russian but didn't, and therefore is kinda responsible for the whole war. General Shepard arrives and kills you because he can't have you going around telling people that, but Soap and Price still find out and escape from Shepard's men. I'm Makarov. Do you know where Shepard is? Yes, he's by Rust. Thanks, mate. Still gonna kill you, though. Soap and Price catch up to Shepard, but Shepard stabs Soap, but then Soap stabs Shepard with the same knife, which is very unsanitary. Shepard will be lucky if he doesn't get a nasty case of pink eye from that one. Nikolai rescues you, and it fades to black. Ops. And after that game comes Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 is not nearly as good as Modern Warfare 2, but in terms of sales, it was the biggest entertainment launch of all time across all forms of media, so clearly somebody thought it was alright. The game opens with the Russian invasion of New York City, and immediately you notice the drastic drop in quality. I mean, just look at the Russian uniforms. They got rid of the cool red one. That was the best one. A full-scale invasion of the US is something you rarely get to see in media, so I was very excited to do battle in more iconic American locales like the Grand Canyon, Mount Rushmore, the Alamo, Montgomery Riverwalk Stadium, home of the Montgomery Biscuits. Sadly, all this potential is squandered when the entire Russian invasion is stopped by one guy hacking a submarine to shoot the Russians with their own missiles. Then a guy in a cutscene says this:
"This is ODA Foxtrot! The Russians are disengaging! We got them on their heels!"
And just like that, the invasion is over. For the rest of the game, we will be focusing on the much more important story of Price and Soap hunting down Makarov. You play as Yuri, who's Price's new sidekick since Soap got punched and stabbed a lot. Price and the lads are off to Sierra Leone to find some evil cargo before Makarov does, but first, Makarov kidnaps the president of Russia by blowing up his plane and just assuming he'll survive the crash. I mean, he does, but Makarov, baby, if your entire plan relies on somebody surviving a plane crash, then maybe it's not the best plan. Why not just wait till he lands and kidnap him at the airport? You like those, right? Price and Soap and Yuri don't find the cargo, but the SAS does, and they attack a shipyard at night in what may be the game's best level just for the sheer absurdity of the Metro Jeep chase. They do find out that the evil cargo was chemical weapons, but they don't know where it went. At this point, Infinity Ward has nuked the city and massacred an airport terminal, so the only way to outdo themselves on the atrocity leaderboard this time is to get a kid involved. So a little girl gets blown up, but by now everybody's so tired of Call of Duty's constant shenanigans that Fox News doesn't even write an article about it. The Russians may have stopped invading America, but now they decide to invade all of Europe. Obviously, all the European countries can't defend themselves, so Team America has to come over and fight the Russians in Hamburg, Berlin, and Paris. Soap, Price, and Yuri find out that Makarov is going to have a meeting soon, so they go there and get ready to snipe him. But Makarov knew they were coming and blows up Soap. Price is pissed that his best friend and hygiene product got killed, so he forces Yuri to make up some terrible fan fiction about how it was actually Makarov that set off the nuke in COD 4, and also Makarov was there when Zakayev got sniped, and actually everything bad that has ever happened, including the sovereign nation of Russia mobilizing its military to attack the entire world, was actually just Makarov the whole time. Remember when Makarov kidnapped the Russian president? Well, even though that president is presumably the one who ordered his military to attack everybody, Team America saves him, and he is just so grateful that he cancels the entire war. So canonically, no Russian happens, and then Russia freaks out for like a week and levels every major city, and then the president says, sorry guys, it was all just a big misunderstanding. Turns out Makarov was the bad guy the whole time, our bad. You'd think that would make the entire world want to kill Makarov, but nobody really seems to care, so Price and Yuri put on Juggernaut armor and go after him themselves. Yuri is an idiot and gets impaled by rebar. Like, come on dude, did you even watch my Last of Us video? It all comes down to a 1v1 between Price and Makarov. Price wraps a cable around Makarov's neck and hangs him from the ceiling. The end. Don't you just love a happy ending? So that's the Modern Warfare trilogy. To sum it up, Modern Warfare 1 is the most interesting thematically, Modern Warfare 2 is the most fun to play, and Modern Warfare 3 kinda sucks. I'll see you back here in November for Call of Duty Vanguard, and remember,
Switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading.